Hello, my name is Lisa. I'm a psychologist. Welcome to the virtual part of my private practice. I would like to tell you a little bit about what I do and how I work. I've been working in the field of psychology for the past 15 years. I started working with teenagers. I worked as a trainer and facilitator in organizations with groups. I worked a little bit with preschool children in New York and Moscow. And during that time, I was always studying counseling and psychotherapy because this has been my dream and my passion since I was a teenager. For the past 8 years, I've been living and working here in Barcelona. I work in English, Russian, Catalan and Spanish. Primarily, I work with expats and immigrants, people from all over the world who came to live here in Barcelona. This is an amazing privilege because it allows me to have deep, profound conversations about things that matter with people from so many different countries, even countries I've never been to sometimes. So what happens when a client comes to my office for the first time? We spend some time to get to know each other and to see what is it that makes life difficult or painful or troublesome at the moment. Sometimes people wait for quite a while before coming to see me or any other psychologist for that matter. It's, I guess, similar to what happens to dentists. So when people come in a lot of pain, sometimes it's difficult to go forward. Sometimes it's difficult to really progress without decreasing the intensity of pain or tension or whatever is the symptom that the person is struggling with. So then the first 1 or 2 sessions are often dedicated to decreasing the intensity of that pain. I do that with different techniques. It depends a lot on who I'm dealing with and what are the problems that the person encounters. It often has to do with doing things both in my office and outside at home as regular practices. And then when that's out of the way, when life becomes a little bit more tolerable, we can look at what is it that made it so in the first place. It usually has to do with that the life the person is living in the moment is not exactly what they feel could be their potential. It can be a difference in the outside world, or it can be an internal difference. They feel that what they experience, what they do, is not exactly what they could potentially experience or do. And then we spend some time identifying where that mismatch between the potential life and the real life is located. It can be in one area or it can be in different ones. And when we find this mainly through dialogue, but also sometimes through experiments and investigation, then we can move on to seeing how that can be changed, how the real life and the potential life can become closer. And then there are also situations when the change is not something that a person is willing to create, but rather something that already happened, and they need some time and space in order to integrate that change. I'm talking about situations of loss, of divorce, and sometimes about seemingly positive situations like moving to a new country or having a child. But these are changes of such magnitude that they require time and space to feel what's the impact that this is having, what are the consequences internally, and how this change can be integrated so that my client can keep moving through life happily in a fulfilling way. Whatever the case, wherever the change is coming from, we can use different means to move forward. We can do this through dialogue, and this is something that happens in the majority of cases. But I also offer a lot of techniques that have to do with the body in order to kind of solidify what we talk about, to bring it closer to real life, to make the change more stable and more grounded. People often ask me if I have a specialty, some topic that I prefer to work with. And I would say that I don't have a specific topic, but as anybody else, I work best at what I like, with what I like, and what I like are deep, meaningful conversations. I like working with people who are really committed. I like working with people who take their life seriously and themselves not so much, people who are open to experiments, people who are open to trying new things, new ways of living, new ways of being. This is more or less it about how specifically I work. If you feel that this resonates with you, that this has to do with you, then please go ahead and contact me. I will be happy to answer any questions you may have and to greet you in my office. Thank you very much for your attention.